Hey everybody, it's Von Bieker. I'm here for another Songs from Home, live on the Facebooks. So if you're tuning in, we'll just give a couple minutes for everybody to show up and say hello. So we've got a few of you already, so welcome. Thanks for coming. This is a series of shows that I've been doing every Thursday night, just to welcome us all into kind of a space to share some music, some poetry, and hopefully share some hope as well in these strange times. So we started kind of building these nights around a bit of a theme, and tonight's theme is going to be touch. So I've picked some songs that kind of relate to that. Not everything will, but I thought it was I've just been thinking about just the weird experiences going grocery shopping, and the things I'm allowed to touch and the things I'm not allowed to touch, and the strange things I actually miss touching that I've never even really thought about before. So I've got a question tonight. So if you're watching and you want to win a prize tonight, I'm going to do another Von Bieker prize pack in the mail. It's going to be skinny things because they're easy to mail. So I'm going to send you a CD, which is the two EPs that I've released combined into one. It's called Where the Air is Thin and the Love Comes Easy. So I'll send that to you. I'm going to send you a fancy dancy sticker, and I'm going to send you a photo that I have taken, and I've got them kind of printed up on this quality high-end cardstock, and then I'm going to write a little story on the back to tell you where I took that photo and why it's meaningful to me, because all these photos are places that I've been and places I can't go right now, maybe for a while. So the question is, what do you miss touching? Is there something that you miss touching that you haven't been able to touch in this weird space that we're in? So I don't know. For me, the thing that I noticed is Cody says, I want to touch that CD. Okay, so this is what I can do. This is fun. Cody's going to be part of the show now, because he had I'm just reading comments and they're making me laugh. I apologize. So Cody says, I want to touch that CD. Look at how fancy that is. Wow. Thanks, Cody. You don't even know what it looks like. It could be really ugly and hideous. So thanks for trusting me. It's not. It's beautiful. And Cynthia says, men, which is great. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm very lucky because I'm not totally isolated. I have my family here, so it's not like I'm entirely physically starved for touch from hugs or anything like that. But I know some of you are, and that's awful. So I'm sorry if that's where you find yourself right now. So maybe it's something a little more serious like that. Maybe it's something just weird and silly, like when you go to buy groceries right now, they have signs up that you're not supposed to, if you touch fruit or touch produce, you have to buy it. So I find myself, I don't know if you're the same way, but I find myself buying a lot of things I don't actually want because I've already picked it up, and then I feel really guilty if I put it back. So I'll like pick up an apple and turn it around and it's got a bruise on it, but then I'll still buy it because I feel like I've tainted it with my germs, and I'm not supposed to put it back. I bought the most pathetic head of lettuce the other day because I picked it up and I didn't want to put it back because my hands had been all over it. So I don't know. Maybe you've got a story like that. I'm going to, Julie says, I miss touching groceries without spraying them all down with cleaners first. I'm living on the edge, Julie. I'm washing my fruit in water, but I'm living on the edge. I don't know. I haven't been spraying it all down yet. Jim says he's missing touching his toes. It's caused by his growing COVID waste. Yeah. Okay. So we might all be missing touching our toes if this goes on too much longer. I don't know about you, but I've been eating a lot of junk food. I ate Chef Boyardee this week for the first time, I swear, in like 20 years. And it's very similar to dog food, I will say, whatever's in the ravioli. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm going to introduce you to my guests. We've got a bunch of you in the room now. So again, thanks for coming. I just want to tell you 3 really simple things you can do to help out what we're doing here tonight. First of all, if you put a comment. That just helps Facebook know that there's engagement going on and kind of primes the algorithm, and Facebook lets other people know that we're here. So it's kind of like when you go to a street performers festival and they're like, everybody clap, so people think there's something going on. That's what happens when you leave a comment or a like or something on a video. So you could do that. Even better, you could share it to your wall or share it with a friend who might want to be here. And that's also super helpful. I'm doing pretty well as far as finances go and stuff, because our family, my wife has a really stable job. She's a first responder, so it's they're not going anywhere right now. But I would have had 2 gigs this week, which I didn't realize till I looked at the calendar and all the X's I was marking off. And so I have lost gigs, and that means less money coming in to do pay for projects that I'm working on and things like recordings and things like that. So if that's something you would like to support the music I'm making, you can do that pretty easily. You just go to paypal.me/Von Bieker, and you can leave a tip of any kind. I'll throw that up on the screen later. You've been really kind the last few weeks I've done this, and I've actually made some decent cash as if I were playing shows, which is fantastic. So thank you for that. If you want to leave a tip like you're paying a ticket for a show, then do that. If you don't, that's all good. I know we're all in pretty different spaces, and some of us honestly don't have any money to spare right now. So this is a gift. Really happy to present this as a gift to you tonight. And I know my co-artists are here as well. So I'm just going to bring in, we've got three awesome artists joining us tonight to do some music and some reading. So I'm just going to introduce them one by one, and then we'll come back and do a little bit of in the round and sharing later. So I'm going to go by the random order that everybody's showing up in my app here on my computer. So Lindsey Walker is first. Lindsey, hey.
Hi. Hello.
Oh, you're just ready with a pose. That was fantastic.
I was sitting like this for the last hour and a half, just staring at the screen. Yeah.
Just waiting for when you might get tossed in.
Yeah. Put me in, coach. I'm I'm just also like just happy to talk to someone that isn't my cats right now.
I know, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Kaylee Cardinal's here.
Ah.
Hi, Kaylee.
It's awesome to see all these amazing comments. If I can pipe in with what I miss.
Yeah, please.
Touch wise, is I miss petting random dogs.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Like I feel people would get really mad at me if I ran up to their dogs now. So just like I have cats. You might see them later. They might walk by or jump up on my seat beside me or whatever. But a love of a dog is like the most wonderful thing in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a great dog, but you can't touch him.
No, exactly. This is the worst.
One day.
Yeah.
You just reminded me when I was going into the grocery store the other day, a man walked out of the door and his receipt blew out of his hand, and it blew over to this like woman and her son that were standing beside the door. And I saw this moment where he was like going to ask for the son to give it to him, and the son was going to give it to him, and they all kind of looked at each other, and he's like, and he just walked away.
You're a chicken at that point. You're like, who's gonna?
Yeah, I was like, what a weird time we're in.
No, it's
better not touch that receipt.
Right?
Okay, I'm gonna bring Rayanne. Rayanne, are you ready? If you just give me a thumbs up because I can't hear you. Okay, perfect. Awesome. All right, so Rayanne Haines is here, also from Edmonton. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Oh, we're so glad to have you here. Glad to be anywhere right now.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, your light has faded a little bit from.
I adjusted my screen a little.
Oh.
I just touched my face.
Yeah, Rayanne was just glowing with radiance earlier, so you're just slightly less radiant, but yeah,
it's okay.
So Rayanne is an amazing poet. She's gonna read some poems for us later tonight, I think, right?
Yes.
No surprises?
Yes. No. I unfortunately am not a musician as much as I would one day like to be. Not yet.
Oh, I like that. Not yet. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of musicians that feel the same way about poets, Rayanne. So, you know, but I'm gonna throw Tania in the mix. Tania, are you ready? She's folding. She looks like she's folding laundry or something. I could just see her in the corner. I've caught her. You need give me a thumbs up, Tania. I won't throw you in unless I know you're ready. Okay, she's ready. She's good.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
I was folding laundry. I had to put my laptop on top of an overturned laundry basket. So.
Oh yeah, that's a good hack.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Laundry and wine.
Laundry and wine.
What it's all about these days.
That's usually I save laundry and wine for the weekends, Tania. I gotta have something to look forward to.
You know, it's a holiday weekend. So,
yeah, that's true.
Start early.
It's our Friday, I guess. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
So Tania's here from Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
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 And Tania's also an awesome poet, and I'm so excited you're going to read for us tonight, Tania.
Thank you.
So we had Tania on a few weeks ago, and she was playing the fiddle, so multi-talented.
Wow.
But
that's pretty much it. Those two things, and laundry sometimes.
I think multi-talented just means 2 or more talents.
Oh,
so
good. Okay.
You're in.
Cool.
All right, so I'm going to do a couple songs, maybe a few songs, and then we'll kind of round robin it. So I think we're going to go. We'll come back to you first, Rayanne, to read a poem or two.
Great.
In about 10 or 15. Okay.
Okay.
So hang in there. Fold your laundry. Drink your wine.
Awesome.
We'll see you all very soon. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to. I'm hoping everybody can hear me. I'm using a different setup tonight for a few reasons. One reason is I didn't want to be wearing headphones, so I could be a little bit more present. So I think you can all hear me. But if anybody has any issues with guitar or anything like that, just let me know. And again, I'm going to repeat the question for our contest tonight: is what do you miss touching? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to pick a random number out of the comments at the end of the night. And you will win a magnificent prize package of music and stickers and a photograph. So I'm going to start with a song called Wherever You Are. Wherever you are, tremble and quake. Wherever you are, oh, the winds of change, oh, can blow me so far. But I'll come back to wherever you are. Wherever you are, you brought me this far, but you're leaving a sky from wherever you are. Beyond the wires and the stretching cell phone towers, I'm driving out to wherever you are. 'Cause you can stay watch you start me over again. Wherever you are, oh, in the seas and the stars, well, you brought me this far, yeah. From wherever you are, oh, 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 wherever you are, in the smoke and the dark, we're leaving a scar. From wherever you are, oh, 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 yeah. Well, I'm tied to you. I'm a sail just waiting on your wind. I can see through you, and that is enough now to keep me in. Oh, oh, I'm tied to you. I'm a sail just waiting on your wind. I can't see through you, Lord, and that is enough now to keep me in. Oh, I see some little claps from the bottom of my screen, which is lovely. These live shows usually get absolutely no clap feedback, but comments are nice. And speaking of comments, Mr. Braden Gates is in the house. I just saw. Hi, Braden. nice to see you. I'm gonna do a cover for you. Put on a little bit of. Okay, so this is a cover that came to mind when we were talking about the theme of touch. It's an oldie but a goodie. With every cover, if you know it, sing along. I can't hear it, but I can feel it, I promise. And cold, cold water surrounds me now. And oh, I've got is your hand. Lord, can you hear me now? Lord, can you hear me now? Lord, can you hear me now? Or am I lost? No one's daughter, allow me that. And I can't let go of your hand. Lord, can you hear me now? Lord, can you hear me now? Lord, can you hear me now? Or am I lost? Ooh, I love Don't you know I love you? And I always have. Hallelujah. Will you come with me? Cold, cold water surrounds me now. And all I've got is your hand. Oh, can you hear me now? Lord, can you hear me now? Yeah. Ooh, can you hear me now? Yeah. Or am I lost? So that is a lovely old Damien Rice song. And I want to hear some poetry. So I'm gonna take a break, and I'm gonna hand it over. But first, I need to turn off my reverb. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna hand it over to Rayanne for our first reading of the night. So, hey, Rayanne.
Hi.
So Rayanne Haines is a poet here in Edmonton, and not just a poet, a novelist as well. Another multi-talented, 2 or more talents person.
Thanks.
I have a question I wanted to ask you, but you're in the zone, so I'm going to wait till you've.
No, ask me.
Oh, okay. It's not a serious question at all. I'm just curious about, like, what is a weird, now that you've got all this time at home, and maybe like you're just left to your own devices a little bit more than normal. Is there anything weird that you've started doing that you're maybe even surprising yourself that you've started doing this thing? Anything strange, out of the ordinary?
Or maybe it's what I'm well, okay. So I'm not really someone who likes to cook that much.
Oh, okay.
Not a very good cook. I have the staples that I make, but I don't veer very often. And now I've been cooking nonstop every single meal, like is a something. So probably that would be weird for me.
Have you had any big successes that you were like, whoa, I can't believe I pulled that off? Or the opposite?
Yeah, like I got this good vegan cookbook. And so I've been doing recipes out of that. And there's a really good like baked vegan burrito recipe that I have in using like sweet potatoes and black beans and stuff, which has been, it's really, really, really good.
It sounds fantastic.
It's fabulous. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Mine is that I've been doing these video workouts for a few years.
Oh,
to keep my brain active and healthy. It helps me, I don't know, whatever. It's a mental health thing. It helps me later in the day, I find. I just don't crash as hard. So, but I was getting unmotivated. So I switched from my normal program to like this crazy dancing program.
Really?
So, yeah. So I've been doing like Latin dancing and jive dancing and all sorts of dancing.
Oh, that's really fun.
It is fun, but I'm really nervous that one of my kids is going to walk in and grab something behind me and I'm going to be humiliated. So
yeah.
That wouldn't be new though.
No, it's what they do to us.
Yeah. Much. All right, I'm going to hand it over to you, Rayanne.
Okay.
Get out of here for now.
So I can't actually see anybody. I can't see any comments or anything like that. So I'm just going to read and hope that, you know, if people have a question, they can, I don't know if people can type, or maybe Dave can like say afterwards if somebody wanted to say something. But I thought I would read some new poems and then a couple of old poems. And we'll just do that. And so the theme of touch, I went with the idea of like family and the touch of family, and I'm going with that one. So this poem is called Do Not Fall for Imitation Pearls with Exotic Names. In the room where my father hid his most important memories, a box sat in the corner filled with my great-grandmother's pearls and silver, the items wrapped in white tissue paper and flat cotton, packed away before her death. These false mementos of stature, the silver chipped, pearls flaked, still more precious than gold. Treasures gifted by a husband she married while still a girl in braids. Her skin darkened by the sun, hands already calloused from working the land. In the room under the stairs where my father hid these things, dust coated the walls and the boxes mother forbid us to touch. In the same room, my mother stored laundry detergent, cat litter, the good holiday ornaments. Mother would say, knowing an object is safe is more important than having it on display. Objects hold memories, you see, and father only had a few. My sister and I would wrap our necks in these remembrances when left unsupervised, or hide under the stairs, dreaming of husbands gifting us with rubies. The jewelry I own is spread haphazardly across my dresser. Items found on travels to countries my great-grandmother never visited, but maybe wanted to. Who knows? I never met her to ask. All my memories are wrapped in whirlwinds of adventure, all worth far more than the cost of a plane ride, most purchased on the side of a road. I wonder if my sons will hold them dear. I often dream of a house overlooking a valley, built by my great-grandparents' hands. I dream they'd sit on the porch sharing whiskey and cigars, both covered in dust, great-grandmother reserving her cleanliness for Sunday morning when God and parish paid attention. I dream of them like this, before the city moved in, when the moon hung like a cotton ball and coyotes outnumbered people, and the world was small, and we knew how to love each other. Behind their house now, there is an Esso station. In front, a 5-story brick apartment. People's memories stacked upon each other like cardboard boxes. My great-grandmother, only ever a ghost to me, is buried in the graveyard half a mile away. Her baubles still hidden under the stairs. My father still hiding from them. And then I'm gonna share a poem from my book, which is called Stained with the Colors of Sunday Morning. And this is a novel in verse. So it's the story of an Italian immigrant woman's life from the day of her birth to the day of her death, told through poetry and also told through the different voices of the characters in the book. So told through the woman's voice, her daughter's voice, and her granddaughter's voice. So it's a little different than a typical, or than your typical poetry book. And so I'm going to share the first poem in the collection, and it's called How to Tell Heart Stories. Mia nonna taught me how to fall in love. She taught me to tell heart stories. My grandmother's life was a song. Her music made men weep. Her story told through 10,000 steps through the streets of Firenze, floating naked in the Black Sea, painting her skin with the spices of Bombay, drinking red wine from the bottle in Paris. Vero amore, she would say, dances in the street in the evening air, forgives with the rise and fall of the moon. Vero amore, she would say, our fingers covered in flour, a tattered apron, the kiss of cherries on your child's chin. My grandmother's hair hung to her waist. Grandfather would pause to inhale whenever she was near, stand bewitched. Even then, when their love had aged, his fingers would curl with the memory of getting lost in the scent. Her hair smelled like cinnamon and the coffee cake she baked every Sunday morning. Adorate vita bambina, she would say as she kneaded the dough. This is love. And I will share one more poem. And this is a new piece. So I'm working on a collection that actually deals a lot with grief and trauma, not the most uplifting stuff, but it's also trying to deal with hope and change. And so I thought that this would be a good one for the theme of touch. Treating over processed hair. Hike a mountain, hair loose about your shoulders. Let the sun settle into layers. Listen to bird song. Be alone. Sink to your knees. Fall backward. Mix pine needle, birch bark into forest crown tresses. Forgive yourself. Lay next to a river. Cup the sky in your hands. As the sun sets, study shadows. Massage your scalp with river mud. Swim naked. Mourn. Find a storm. Stand within it. Brace yourself with something solid, maybe a rock, maybe the edge of a cliff. Scream. Scream and scream until your voice cracks, until your throat bleeds, until your hair turns gray, until the wind catches it, until you can breathe. Or proceed as planned. Fall backward into oblivion. Fool yourself. Scream banshee-like. You are not dust and dirt, or so they say, or drink lots of water, to keep the wrinkles and becoming irrelevant at bay, or scream, fuck this, at the top of your lungs for 5 damn minutes before lighting a smoke. Either or, really, it's up to you. And I think I'll leave it there.
That's fantastic, Rayanne.
I was going to say the one thing that you were asking about, like this idea of what are we doing differently or what do we miss? And I think what I realized is I thought that I'm very much an introvert and I really love being alone. But I really miss being alone with other people, like the idea of being with a group of artists or friends hiking in the mountains and screaming together and that kind of thing. That one is an unexpected miss. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all these weird intangibles about relationships, right? That you just can't. Yeah. Well, I have to say, I was happy to hear you read that second poem because when I read your book, I couldn't do any of the pronunciations very well. So,
the Italian.
Yeah, it was nice to hear the Italian.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Rayanne.
Thank you.
Have you got another one for us later? Or are you good? Did I tap you out already?
No, I've got a couple more I can share later if you
perfect.
want.
Yeah, we'll come back to you. That would be fantastic. Thanks, Rayanne.
Thanks.
Awesome. All right. Well, only the best here on Songs from Home. And in that vein, I see Lindsey Walker has her guitar, and so I'm gonna go to. We're gonna go now live to Lindsey Walker.
I'm here. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Okay.
So, Lindsey, is there anything you've been doing weird that's a little out of the ordinary? I mean, yeah, but that's normal for you, right?
I'm already a weird person. So what have I been doing that's different? I've been, I talk aloud to myself a lot. And I've just been doing that a lot more, like to the point where I think my neighbors think I'm having people over, but I'm not. It's just constant conversations with myself.
That like your neighbors can hear you through the wall?
Oh yeah. Well, you get into arguments and then oh, I'm just kidding. No, but I have like Rayanne was saying, I too am a really awful cook. And so like mostly everyone out there, I've been starting to cook for myself, and it is like an absolute gong show. It's like the dishes of the Iron Chef with the product of like your nightmares. It's been real weird.
Well, that would make a good show, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Like, all I'm doing is just thinking of ways I can put things into shows now. different TV shows all the time.
Finally.
I
Yeah,
know.
Lindsey's been making a show called Living at Home, which is pretty, we're 3 episodes in now, I think.
Yes, yeah. I just released the 3rd episode yesterday.
Yeah, so you could go binge the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Random things I'm doing in my house.
Yeah, I was curious as to why you owned a unitard at some point.
That is probably the biggest question that I've received from this. And I have had the unitard forever. So it's not something that I, broke the self-isolation social distancing rules and went out and bought one. I've had yes. Yeah. I just need to make sure everyone knows. The unitard I've had forever, and I bought it at a Salvation Army probably like 15 or maybe even 20 years ago.
Oh, so that might have been a used unitard.
It was definitely used. I did wash it. And I haven't worn it in a while. So putting it on after not wearing it for like 10 or 15 years, really, really proved to me how time and eating Cheetos has really caught up to me,
With the effects, yeah.
Yeah. Like I have no regrets, but yeah.
It's probably best we all throw out our spandex now before the end of the quarantine, I think.
Yeah, or any of those like outfits or pieces of clothing that you have that are like, I'm gonna fit into this one day, like those like goal outfits. It's like, just burn them now. Just get rid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I dressed up like the Edmonton Eskimos today. I don't know if you noticed, but in honor of the delayed CFL season. So
was it supposed to start today?
No.
Oh, okay. So
it's starting in July. Anybody who knows me will be amazed that I even strung the letters C, F, and L together in a sentence. So I don't care.
Yeah, I was going to ask about it because I really do enjoy your like the mustard dark forest green. But I thought it was more of like an ode to summer and fall and like the turning of colors, which really were really.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you called it.
I love it.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it over to you, Lindsey, for a tune, and then we're gonna head over to Tania for some poems, and then we'll go around again. You ready to rock? Look at this sweet guitar. Maybe just tell us about this sweet guitar before you start too.
Oh yeah, well why not? This is it's a Epiphone Casino. I believe it's the same guitar that George Harrison and John Lennon played. You can't quote me on that though. It's one of the Beatles. I don't know, but this wasn't the exact one. I'm not using that one. But I bought this off of a friend of mine who's an amazing musician in town, Michael James. And the cool thing about this guitar is that he sanded down the back of it. Should be all black, but he sanded it down. And then I don't know if you can see it really closely, but I also dropped the guitar a while ago. It snapped in half, and it was during a band rehearsal. And my band members actually thought I was going to like split my lid. I don't know if that's the actual term.
Sorry, I had to come back because I'm amazed at your. Did you break the neck in half?
Yeah, it actually. If I can find a photo of it, I'll post it onto this later on. But it was like the neck here, and then the neck was here, and it was held together by the strings. Like it was so.
That happened to me.
No way.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to swap guitar horror stories.
We will.
But I feel your pain.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness. Thank goodness. Yeah, it's a terrifying event when it happens.
It is. It's like a decapitation in how horrifying it is.
It really is, and it happens so fast. And it's like usually, I don't know if yours dropped or if it was a moisture thing, but like mine dropped.
Yeah.
And it was just like the lightest of droppings, like kind of like when you drop your phone and you're like, oh, the screen's not broken, and then you just like touch your phone and then the screen breaks, and you're like, how did that happen? That's exactly what this was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've been there. Okay, I'm out of here.
Okay. Bye. Feel free to come back, Dave, anytime you want. But yeah, so the guitar has not been with me for a long time, but I feel like it has, because it has been through some stuff with me. But yeah, I should also preface, we're sounding okay right now. But my apartment's heat, oh, there's one of my cats. My apartment's heat is not, or the thermostat is not working, so the heat is up all the way. So it's a balmy plus 35 in here all times of the day. So my guitar may go out of tune, so please don't hold it against me. Anyway, I'm happy to be here. This is so wonderful. This is a song that I wrote thinking about touch. I don't have a lot of songs that are directly connected to touch, but this one is about the absence of being close to someone. I wrote this song after thinking about the gargoyles that sit atop old Gothic buildings, and how a gargoyle could fall in love with someone on the street level, and what an unrequited love story that would be. So this is the song that I wrote about that, and it's called "All I Want Is You." Standing still because my feet are afraid of going down. High above the world I see it's true. Nothing is left for us to prove. All I ever want is you. I've been waiting to make my move, but somehow my feet are made of stone. All my friends look the same, but I can't rearrange the contours of your face. All I ever want is you. I know one day I'll fall, I'll stall, I'll look you in the eye. That's when I really fall. And until then, I'll never make a move. I still don't know how. But all I ever want, all I ever want, all I ever want, all I ever want, all I ever want is you.
Fantastic.
Ah, thank you.
Thanks, Lindsey. I can't believe you're playing in plus 35 temperatures in there.
It's truly a tropical paradise in here.
Wow.
Yeah, and okay, not to like really slag on my apartment. It's a very old apartment. I love it to bits. I've lived here forever. But today I left the door of my apartment to go into the hallway, and it was raining on me because I think a pipe must have burst or something. So yeah, there's like never a dull moment. Just like how I want my life to be, there's never a dull moment here.
Wow.
I know, isn't it crazy?
Yeah, well, you could be. I think having those interesting things is probably good at this point.
Oh yeah, like 100%. It's so fun to just know that things are still happening. Like, I don't know, and people can comment about this if they want, but like I feel as though I'm in this weird bubble because I'm staying home as much as possible, and I see people outside, but they're also in a bubble, and I just feel like, besides the like hellos that you may say when you're walking down the street or something like that, it's like we're still very like isolated in a very strange way. So when something happens that's exciting, you're like, "What? This is cool! It's like TV."
I also feel like every time I go out, especially if I get in the car and I see like dozens of other cars driving around, I'm like, wait a second, people are still doing this. People are still like alive out here.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like the beginning of like Walking Dead or something where you're just like, there's nobody anywhere. Like they're still going to live their lives, and you're like, okay, interesting.
Yeah, okay. Not over yet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna come back to you in a little bit. So you hang tight and try and keep cool. Drink lots of fluids.
Yep. Oh yeah. Staying hydrated. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Lindsey. So I just wanted to draw attention to a couple of other fantastic comments we've had. So as I said earlier, if you missed it, there's a Von Bieker prize pack on the line. So my brand new double EP, Where the Air is Thin and the Love Comes Easy. I had printed up a whole bunch of them to sell at shows this spring. I don't have any shows this spring now, so I have these CDs, and I'm going to be selling them online as well. But they're a great thing to be able to give to you. So if you want to win one, just answer the question: what do you miss touching as you're kind of sequestered away? And there was a couple really good ones I saw in here, so I just wanted to throw them up here for a minute. So Heather says, I miss picking up items from the library. And you know what? The awesome thing about the library being closed right now is all the due dates are suspended, which is amazing. But the not awesome thing is that if I would have known, I would have went and got all Hits to Go. I don't know where you're watching this from, if your library has Hits to Go. Tania, I don't know if in Illinois they have Hits to Go, but we have these special, they're like really popular items at the library, and you're only allowed to take them out for a week, like it's a Blockbuster Video or something. And then the fines are really high if you don't bring them back. So I could have just loaded up on Hits to Go right before the library closed, and there'd be nothing they could do about it. But I didn't. Oh well. So Todd says I miss touching my students in person, the feel of them gathered, the electrons bouncing off their faces and exciting my retina. I miss touching the whiteboard. So Todd's a teacher. Cody says, I miss touching a stage, and Cody's in theater. So yeah, there's a lot of things we're not able to do for now. I wanted to say hi to Diana and Robin and Edson, and if there's anyone else watching from Edson, thanks for tuning in. Diana misses hugs and handshakes. Pretty sure I would have given you one or the other if you could have played in Edson this month. So I was scheduled to be in Edson on the 25th, and alas, it's not going to happen. It's one of the shows that went under the bus, but one day we'll make it happen. So Tania, are you ready? Yeah. Okay. So Tania Runyan's going to join us from Illinois.
Hi.
Well, you have a book. Look how official.
Okay. Yes. I've got a couple of books I'm reading from tonight.
Excellent.
Do you have any like cool hip questions that I have to answer first, or should I just dive right in?
I'll ask you the cool hip question after. You just dive right in.
Okay. Cool.
You're ready to go, so I don't want to get in your way.
Cool. So I'm going to read a couple of poems. I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm in the corner with my laundry basket here and my dog. I'm going to read a couple poems now and then a couple later. So with the theme of touch, one thing that we will all be able to touch during these times of lockdown is our own gardens. And here where I live in far north Illinois, we're in that time of year where it's like 75 one day and 40 the next. But there are these little glimpses of spring, even a few daffodils here and there. So this is my poem that acknowledges just the power of touching the earth again, which COVID or not, we'll be able to do. Groanings too deep for words, and this is based on Romans 8:26. I write about the Bible a lot, but I'm not all that Bible-y. Groanings too deep for words. The morning I read about the newborn found in the fast food dumpster, heard the neighbor slam the door on her idiot whore of a daughter, and stepped on a Lego with my bare feet, the magma of my own anger rising with terrible speed. I grabbed the spade from its winter storage and plunged the cold steel into the earth. Wars raged. My eyelid twitched, but there was no prayer to save us. Just the lifting and turning of March's thaw, my shovel crunching like a chant. I wanted to curl into the clay, nest among the locust nymphs lodged there like fetal hearts. I lifted a clod throbbing with earthworms and didn't wipe my hands. I kept them there, wet and alive, squeezing through my fingers. The second poem I'm going to read, which talks about touch more metaphorically, but I do think it's really relevant to these times of sheltering in place where even though we're not seeing a lot of people in the ways that we're used to, neighborhoods are together and we're seeing the people that we live among more, even if it's from a distance. And, there's always that one person or that one house in the neighborhood that's mysterious and that everyone judges. And I have a poem that I'm going to read that relates to that. But the reason why this poem is really meaningful to me now is we moved a few months ago, and I feel like in many ways in our new neighborhood, we are kind of that family. We just have some issues that we've dealt with as a family, and which might sometimes be noticeable to other people. And so we're in these times of COVID where we're home a lot, and I've been living in this neighborhood for just a few months, and we're just getting to know people. And it's a really vulnerable time to just feel like you are there in this one place always. And there's really not a lot hidden in that way. So this poem is called That Your Love May Abound. And it's from Philippians 1:9. It is my prayer that your love may abound more and more with knowledge and all discernment. For the woman down the street. It's hard to love the rusted camper shell, petunias wilting in old kitchen sinks. So I go in your skin, woman smoking on the front stoop with a matted dog roped to the tree. I wear your calluses that snag the drapes and scrape your children's hands you hold when your husband rips the door off the hinges. I wear the burned out leather beneath your eyes, aching from staring at foreclosure papers, and feel the relief of dozing off in the afternoon wrapped in the fleece of whiskey. When I see the stalagmites of bottles in your recycling bin, I run my fingers over the scars on your arms, my arms, rough but stippled with rose and light, like sunrise in the Badlands. Thank you. That is my first installment, and my dog has been really annoying.
It was the bark was perfectly timed. So
Mhm. So needy, just like little kids. They know when you're on the phone or on some kind of a Zoom meeting, right?
oh yeah,
Every time.
yeah, yeah. It's a miracle my dog Carl isn't here whining, but
Yeah.
he's getting old. He's probably just sleeping now. Okay, we'll come back in a little bit. Thanks, Tania. Oh, I wanted to ask you. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to come back. Your dog needs love. I'm going to ask you later.
Okay.
Right. Well, this song is called "I Want to Be Known." This is on Spotify and Apple Music and all those places. If you like it, please go and stream it 1,000 times or more. Well, you're a stone-faced player with the perfect hand. I used to be a good prayer. I used to know your plan. Well, I could walk away and leave it all alone, but I want to know you and I want to be known. I want to know you and I want to be known. You say love my neighbor like I love myself. I guess that's the place where I could use a little help. 'Cause there's a deep dark grave where I buried my heart, and I'd raise it up, but I don't know where to start. Oh no, I could give in a doubt and leave it all alone, but I want to know you and I want to be known. Oh, I could walk away and leave it all alone, but I want to know you and I want to be known. I want to know you and I want to be known. Whoa, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. The same snakes in the garden, just different names. If there was a garden and somebody to blame, all the lines are blurring into a wash of gray. If everything is true, then I'm afraid I lost my way. Whoa, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Well, I could give in the doubt and leave it all alone, but I want to know you and I want to be known. Oh, I can learn to trust and leave it all alone, yeah. But I want to know you and I want to be known. Yeah, it would be so easy, leave it all alone, except that I want to know you and I want to be known. I want to know you and I want to be known. All right, that's my piece for now. We're going to head on back to Rayanne if you're ready. Yep. Okay, I'm getting the wave. I'm getting the thumbs up. All right, Rayanne.
Hi.
I'm gonna toss it right on over to you. Are you ready for that?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm here.
All right. Always ready.
Always ready. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. I was reading some of the comments because I was able to pull it up on my phone as well. And so that's been really fun to do. I'm going to share 2 more poems. And one of them is brand new, and then one is from the book. So the brand new one, I'm probably going to be looking away from the screen for a bit because it's the way it's supposed to be read is fast. And if I look away, I'll mess it up. So labor pains. Woman, I did not birth, be a nasty woman, loud voiced, gut laughing deep in the belly, let secrets spill like splashes of indigo pouring down chins. Spread your legs wide, take up 2 seats, you whiskey drinking, private club hijacking, shorn head, hairy armpits, you fucking goddess. Tell someone. Trauma will bury itself inside your skin like prison bars, because the name you wore to Sunday school is not your name, because you are brilliant. Woman, I did not birth, be colossal, take up space, take up knitting or boxing, take up with a circus and a woman with tattoos of women in bikinis on her arm, backpack through Nepal or Brooklyn, paint scenes of kink or puppies on the backs of your lovers, eat well and often, gorge yourself on grapefruit and avocado, on dark chocolate and medium rare steak, spray whipped cream down your pink panties, marry the farmer because he knows how to handle a bull, or the girl in Bali because her kiss felt like scripture. You are scripture. You radical introvert, you fire-breathing dragon, listen to Janelle Monáe or Florence and the Machine while dancing naked for your lovers, all of them. Say your name, say your name, say your name, all of them. Woman, I did not birth, do not walk lightly. Be heavy-footed, heavy-handed, be dirty. Let them try and tell you to clean your mouth, to clean your house. Strength will be required of you. Let them try and tell you how to grieve, how to love, how to hold on to living, what being a woman is. Okay, that's a new one, and that was from the new collection that I'm actually just finishing the edits on that, and I'm hoping that I can start submitting it to publishers fairly soon. And then the last poem that I'm going to read is very different. It's from this book again. It's kind of an ode to grandparents, and it's called Olive Oil. Nona smells like olive oil when I visit her today. She rubs it into her hands, tells me our hands speak our histories. She rubs the oil on her hands, her skin, to keep the memories fresh, to remember the stories and hand them on. Her skin leathered, worn, forgiving, as tender as the day her mother showed her how to work the oil in. She turns her hands over and looks at them, lost in some recollection, perhaps remembering her birth country, perhaps a friend left behind. So much life I lived, she says, as she studies the hands that cupped oceans to her mouth. So many handsome men, these veins rising up, a living map, era uno donna salvagia. She laughs as she looks up. Fondly, she strokes the back of her hand on my cheek, takes my palm in hers, and begins to massage them with olive oil. Thank you.
Thank you, Rayanne. I was like, after your first poem, you needed some sort of response, and we just couldn't give it to you.
It's a different scenario, right? I mean, I'm used to only being in front of people on the stage, so this is a whole new way. And yeah, it's kind of weird because I wanted to be able to, like, you want to know if people are reacting to it the way you hope they are, or and you can't tell, so you just have to go with it and hope that it's working.
You just act as if, I think, is the key, Rayanne.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we tried to do.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you got the reaction you're looking for.
Thanks.
I think if it was wild applause and a little bit of this as well. That's what I would usually do, but I couldn't do that after that poem. It was more of I wanted to cheer. So
okay.
Thanks for being here with us. I'm going to ask you one favor as you go.
Yeah.
If you can go in the comments on the post before you go out tonight, and just leave like wherever people can find your writing. If they want to, do it, self-promote.
Yeah, self-promote. Okay.
Yeah, that would be great. Because I'm sure
I'll do that. I mean, I'm on all the social media things. I'm on Twitter at Ink Rayanne. I'm on Instagram at Rayanne Haines. I'm on Facebook. All those things.
Excellent.
But yeah, I'll type stuff in. Yeah,
because I'm sure people are hearing you for the first time and would like to hear more because you're amazing. So,
thanks, Dave. So are you.
I know. Okay. Good night.
Okay. Thank you.
See you again.
I'm going to stick around and listen.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, Lindsey, you ready? All right. Lindsey, can you see like the little squares of other people, or can you see a little square of me?
Oh, I can see the square of you, and then I see a square of myself, which is really good for my vanity. I can't see anyone else.
Oh, okay. So any applause or whatever needs to come from me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, but then when you hand it over to me, then you disappear. So I'm playing for everyone and no one at the same time.
Perfect. Brave new world.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna hand it over. Take it away.
Thanks. Oh, this is lovely. Okay. Okay, my guitar's been a little bit wacky, but we're gonna try this out. See how it stays in tune. Okay, good enough. It's good enough for rock and roll. I hope everyone's having a wonderful night. And I would just like to say, I'm sure Rayanne's going to be posting her ways to follow her and that kind of stuff. And maybe Dave, you might want to chime in here. But if people don't have money to tip or donate or buy things, because right now it's really tough, the best thing you can do is to support us by liking things like our pages on Facebook or Instagram, or subscribing on YouTube, or following us on Twitter or whatever. Because for a lot of us artists, when we have to get things like grants or clout in the industry, they look at that stuff. How popular are you online? Which is so strange, right? But yeah, that kind of stuff. If you enjoy it, don't just do it because I'm telling you to. But if you enjoy what you're hearing or seeing or any of that stuff, please let us know. Okay, this is a song that is on my last album that I released a few years ago, and it's a song I wrote about just kind of losing a bit of control when it comes to love. So it's called Falling in Your Light. Come to me softly, come to me now. No matter the distance, we're lost anyhow. Tell me your secrets, even if they're lies. Just whisper them over my body. The night is your disguise. Ooh. Call off the parties searching for me. I'm here in the flesh. My heart is lost at sea. Tell me anything, tell me in the dark. The words you say don't mean a thing. They'll never leave a mark. And every time I hear your voice, my heart capsizes in the night. And every time I feel your touch, I know I have to make it through this fight. This fight. I keep falling in your arms. Tell the moon not to wait for the tides, 'cause I've been here, I've been ebbing and flowing, looking to the sky. Tell your heart just to let me in. All these words you spit my way, leave me with nowhere to begin. Every time I hear your voice, my heart capsizes in the night. And every time I feel your touch, I know I have to make it through this fight. This fight. I keep falling in your light. Thank you. Oh, that's very lovely. That little entrance of clapping. Whew. Haven't heard that clapping in a long time. Like I've obviously heard it, but like not after I play, you know? I'm trying to teach my cats how to applaud for me. Besides it being like anatomically not possible, they sure as heck don't want to even try to do it, you know? Like they're not having it. This is very lovely. I'm gonna play one more song if that's okay. And this is just such a lovely, lovely, lovely treat to be able to play for everyone in such a strange time. And yeah, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. And there we go. There we are. Yeah, it's a very strange time, and I think it's also a time for us to really just take time. We have no choice but to take time for ourselves, for each other, to be creative in how we share, in how we love, all that fun stuff. Something I cared about deeply before, and I don't seem to care about it now anymore, for some strange reason, was just the this fun timeline of an idea that by a certain age you should acquire a certain thing, or you should have accomplished something, you know. And it was no fault of my own to kind of hold myself to it. I always felt that I, you know, should have a partner or a mortgage or a you know, RRSP or all that stuff, right, by a certain age, because then that would make sure I knew I was an adult. And it's been a long and winding road as an artist, as some of you may know, and it's fun and it's challenging and I love it. And if anything, it has taught me that there's no timeline. There's no certain thing you have to accomplish by a certain time. There we go. So I wrote a song kind of about that, because I felt like a late bloomer. I felt like I was kind of always catching up in a way, and I have stopped thinking about that, or at least tried to stop thinking about it. So I wrote this song as a love song to all the other late bloomers out there, and it's called it's called Never Too Late. The moon is in your eyes tonight. And I can see your smile dancing in its mellow light. We talk about our love, what went so wrong, but you don't need to speak. Oh, we've been saying this for so long, but you move so slow. You move so slow, you move so slow. I don't mind. Oh, you know I don't mind. Well, our time here is short. Love will find a way through the good and the bad. Oh, this dark and this gray. But for fools like us, fools like us, for fools like us, oh, it's never too late. Oh, it's never too late. Well, I was never good at love, but I did my best. I would lie in your arms. I'd let time figure out the rest. But you move so slow, you move so slow, you move so slow. I don't mind. You know I don't mind. It's never too late. Oh, it's never too late. For fools like us, fools like us, for fools like us.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
I'm a sucker for a good 6/8 swing.
Oh my goodness. That is like that kind of like swaying, kind of waltzy kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's my jam through and through. So I hear ya.
Never get tired of it.
Never.
Also,
Thanks
just
for having
filling in all the harmonies. I'm looking forward to the day when I can actually sing with another human being again.
I know. Every time you've been playing, I've been singing along too. Even if I don't know the song, I'm just like figuring it out on the fly, which, yeah.
Yeah, I was just doing that. Nice. Well,
Aw.
thanks for being here.
Goodness, thanks for having me, Dave. This was such a great time. It's such a wonderful evening, and I'm excited to tune into the next however many we have.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I keep wanting to say that everybody keeps being so fantastic that I keep wanting to say, well, we'll have to, if we're here for this long, we'll have to have you back again. But then that sounds really depressing. So
I know. Yeah.
We'll do something together because we want to, not because we are in quarantine. How about
Right. And I think, we'll definitely hang out once this whole thing is over. But also we should do another one of these when it's over so that people can also just freely watch it and not because they're forced to,
That's right. That's right. Just, the numbers just go, ooh. Like, oh, people had no choice. It was like that, the thing with Trudeau with the speaking moistly. Did you see that?
Oh, I sure did.
Yeah. So I was saying to Christy last night, I was like, this is like the perfect storm for memes right now. Like people are just hard up for entertainment.
Oh my goodness. We're at this.
They have so much time on their hands. Like someone made a whole song, like a whole techno song of him saying this,
which is
yesterday night.
Yeah. It was so quickly done that you're like, if all of us had to go to our day jobs and do our normal life things, it would be a few days and you'd be like, oh, haha, it's very funny. But it was like, literally like 2 hours after that was said, there was a song up. And it's like, man, let us have enough time to do something. We can do anything.
That's right.
Yeah. It's
not the time to make a mistake as a public figure right now.
No, it's true. We are waiting for that.
Waiting to pounce. Okay, we're gonna head over to Tania. Tania, you ready? Okay. Oh, look at that.
Very ready.
Sometimes I like throwing a whole bunch up because it makes me feel like we're doing the Brady Bunch or something.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. Bye, Lindsey.
Bye. Bye, guys. Great.
Thank you.
All right, Tania, I'm gonna let you take it away. I'm going to ask you your question first. So weird thing you've been doing in isolation here.
I mean, nothing weirder than I usually do, because I work from home anyway, and I'm home a lot. Some things that are different are like, it seems like every 5 minutes I'm retrieving a Zoom code for a child, some sort of meeting or event or something like that.
Freaking Zoom. I hope Zoom isn't investing like too much money in this being long term, because I swear the day this is over, I'm never using Zoom again. We're all
I'm
gone.
gonna have like traumatic reactions to Zoom. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But nothing too strange. I mean, like a lot of people, even more cooking and baking than I was already doing. There's something very comforting about that. And lots of walking and probably playing some more music. So just kind of what I usually do, but doing a little bit more of it and
I saw
enjoying.
you playing an instrument the other day. Was it a mandolin or what was that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool. So cool.
Thank you.
Well, I'm gonna get out of here and let you read some more.
Okay, the dog is acting like he's gonna start barking.
I hope so.
He's looking at the door. Come here, come back here. Okay. So I'm reading two poems, and yeah, you know, in Illinois time, it's 10 o'clock, and I'm old. So this first one, this is a poem that I wrote when I was a new mom, and my oldest is now 17. But I wrote it. My husband and I have volunteered in nursing homes for many years, doing music and just visiting with the residents. And it really wasn't until I became a mom. I mean, this sounds probably kind of cheesy, but like, oh, wait, these people were all babies at one point. And we're the center of the universe of people who are no longer in their lives. And we know that because of COVID, residents in nursing homes can't have visitors, and they're seeing their families through windows, and everything, you know, is heartbreaking. But the people who are with them always are the people who are still with them, the nurses and the other staff and professionals who are working with them. So this poem, it's called 2086, as in the year 2086, looking ahead. Instructions for my daughter's nurse. How does this dog know I'm on camera right now? Okay. 2086, instructions for my daughter's nurse. I know you will be underpaid, your knuckles raw from scrubbing bedpans. When you walk into the sitting room heavy with wheelchairs, nothing will seem alive but the smell of urine. But please, take a moment to find my daughter among the stone stairs. Go to her, touch her shoulder, and look into her face. Keep looking when she coughs, when the phlegm dribbles over her cracked lips. Smile. Hum softly. For 5 minutes, adore her. Within those gray folds of skin are eyes that once danced around the bright corners of her nursery, a mouth that parted in wonder at every leafy shadow on the wall, a face that dazzled like a newborn galaxy the first time her mother looked down. I read this poem many times at readings, and that's the first time I've done so while being licked feverishly by a rat terrier. Okay, and I'm going to finish off my installment in this wonderful, glorious event. Do I taste better when I'm reading poems? What is the deal? I don't understand this. Okay. So the theme of touch, one thing that many of us have not been able to do is travel. I know I've had events and trips, writing related things canceled. Some even well into the summer have already been canceled. Not sure what the family trip is going to look like, but I'm originally from California, and our family has taken many, many road trips out west on the way to California. And one of my favorite spots is in Utah at a place called Snow Canyon State Park. And there's this little tiny slot canyon there called Jenny's Canyon, dedicated to a young woman who lost her life at that state park. hiking and being in the place she loved most. So this poem is called Width, Length, Height, Depth. Jenny's Canyon, Snow Canyon State Park. There is something small about the love of God. I clamber up a few rocks, walk 100 yards through pink sand, then feel the canyon walls converge on my shoulders. Just skin, hawk song, my blood pounding against fossils in the dark. My only movements, my hands channeling the marrow of sandstone. I can look nowhere but up the sheer red walls, pocked and hollowed by chronicles of rain, forever closing but never touching. In the gap, the whole sky caught. That's it. Toby, say hello to everyone, since you clearly need the attention. Because, you know, my being home 24/7 is not enough.
No, this is the best time dogs have ever had, I think.
Yes,
Right?
I know they right.
It's just magic time. Well, Tania, thanks for making it through all the licks and costing from your dog.
Thank you.
And, it was great. Thanks for bringing us some beauty tonight. Awesome as always.
Thank you.
We'll see you again soon, I hope.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, I'm just going to end off with two songs, one that I wrote and one that's a cover. That's going to be a big sing-along, I promise you. So hang in there, and I expect singing along. No excuses on that one. But first, this is a song I wrote recently about before all this started. But this is about it's called "Places We Can't Live," and it's about all the wonderful places we love, but for whatever reason can't live there. Maybe for you, it's like Vancouver, and you love visiting there, but can't live there. Maybe it's Burger King. I don't know. I don't know what it is for you. For me, it's Santa Fe, New Mexico is one of those places. It's actually where I met Tania and a lot of other wonderful people, and hoping to get there this summer, but it's looking more and more doubtful that that'll happen by the day. So it may not happen this year. So I'll be singing this song. Hang on, getting the buzz here. Okay. Downtown roof, I can see two folding chairs, escaping from the world up there. We're tracing constellations, glow of the city lights below us in the summer night. And you're saying it'll be all right, and I'm starting to believe you. We carve out these spaces with nothing left to give. Our finest moments in the places we can't live. Places we can't live. A four-person booth, holding your hands while we wait. A burger, beers, and 2 sharing plates, making plans across the evening. Blues on the bones, on the table, touching toes, worrying about the kids back home. I guess this is how we push on through. We carve out these spaces with nothing left to give. I find its moments in the places we can't live. Places we can't live. I picture your face while the scenery is changing, and I'm in a place where the busy world is fading. Yeah. We carve out these spaces, nothing left to give, spending our finest moments in the places we can't live. Places we can't live. All right, that's Places We Can't Live. And I've been working on recording that here at home. And I think it's getting close. So I'm going to leave you with a cover that I know you're going to know. I've only played it a couple times. I didn't really practice it very well, so I might not be going out on a high note here, but it's okay. I'm doing it for you. I think we need a good feel-good song to go out of the night and go out on for the night. And I hope you get to have some virtual Easter meetups with people in your family and be with the ones you love somehow. I didn't know when I chose the theme for tonight. It just seemed appropriate, but I didn't realize at the time that when we would be doing this, it would be the Thursday before Easter. And I didn't know this until just several years ago, most of my life. I didn't know that this Thursday of Easter week in Holy Week is called Maundy Thursday. So it's in the gospel stories in the Bible, it's where Jesus washes his disciples' feet. And I've always found that kind of a weird, disturbing, like it has no appeal to me. I don't like having my feet touched, but I know a lot of people do. But it's very intimate and very touch heavy. And I thought it just hit me this morning how appropriate it was that, how weird it is that nobody's having, a lot of churches will have foot washing services where somebody washes your feet or you wash each other's feet or something. And it's this very intimate, very visceral kind of moment that's part of Easter for a lot of people. And that's not happening this year. And that doesn't have anything to do with the song I'm about to play, but I just, I've been thinking about it all night and I forgot to mention it. So I thought I'd bring it up. So yeah, it's weird times. And we're finding ways to be together, which I think is a beautiful thing. We're finding ways to bring light and hope to each other, which I think is fantastic. And I want to thank you for being here with us tonight. I will be back next week, probably with some more friends, and keep doing this until this is all over, and then maybe continue doing it. Who knows? Because it's been pretty fantastic to spend these nights with you. And I definitely want to play real venues again as well and have that experience. But it's really nice to read your comments and kind of get it's intimate in a different way, which is pretty great. And I also like that all the people who are old like me and don't like going out at like midnight can go to shows now. So it's our time, old people. I just wanted to say really quick. So I picked a winner. So Diana from Edson, I don't know if you're still in the room. If you're here, if you can comment and let me know you're here. Or if you catch this later, send me a message because I'm going to need your address. So send me a message, a Facebook message, and then it won't be public on the wall. But I want to send you a Von Bieker prize pack to Edson. So I picked by going reverse up the comments and picking the third answer that I saw. So there you go. Thanks for being here. Thanks for commenting. All right, so we're going to end on this one. I'm going to try not to botch it up and join in, because I know you know it. Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's growing strong. Wasn't spring, spring became summer. Who would believe you'd come along? Hands, touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Oh, sweet Caroline. Good times never felt so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. But now I look at the moon, and it doesn't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And when I hurt it runs off my shoulder. How can I hurt when holding you? Oh, hands, touching hands, touching me, oh, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined but to believe they never would. Oh, sweet Caroline. Oh, good times never felt so good. And I've been inclined to believe they never would. But now, yeah. We're gonna do that chorus one last time, just because I can see Lindsey Walker in my little window, just going for it. So, oh, hands, touching hands. Wait, you know what, Lindsey? I'm gonna throw you up. You're getting into it. We won't be able to hear you, I don't think, because we're not in sync, but we can see you. I'm gonna mute your mic because it'll screw things up, but we'll be able to see you. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Hands, touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Oh, sweet Caroline. Oh, good times never felt so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. Oh, sweet Caroline. Ooh, good times never felt so good. And I've been inclined to believe they never would again, but no, they will. Thanks, Lindsey.
Thank you. What a
that
pleasure.
was the most fun I've had playing music for a long time. So thanks for that.
Oh, thank you. It was very fun to play and not to actually sing, like knowing my mic was off. So I just kind of did whatever. So it's great.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Killer. All right. We'll see you soon. And we'll see all of you soon. I'll be back here next Thursday at 7:30. Hopefully with some new friends in tow and some new songs. And I'm working hard recording. I played a song for you last week called Little Mercies. And I actually got to record drums with I got to record drums for that song with Brendan Lyons, who's an awesome drummer in the city here. And we did it over the internets. It was magical. So we're still making music and moving forward. And I hope to get that song out later this month for you. It's coming along well. So if you want to find out about that and anything else Von Bieker related, just go to vonbieker.com. When you go there, you can sign up for my email newsletter, and I'll send out reminders about these shows. And when I get back to playing other shows, that as well, and kind of my journey as I go forward and try and find some beauty in the world and put it into songs. And also, just for signing up, you'll get 2 free songs that I wrote about Coney Island and the Freak Show. So yeah, if that doesn't entice you, I don't know what will. So head over to vonbieker.com. You can get those things and anything else Von Bieker related you might want. You can get a t-shirt with a flamingo on it over there even. So who wouldn't want that? Thank you guys so much. We'll see you in 7 days when our world changes all over again. Good night.